So this is my product testing wall. I've been using this for years. It faces west, real harsh environment. Every paint manufacturer has testing areas where they test products. They test different colors in the same product, and they test that through different product lines. And they're exposing it in their worst exposure. Now, Sherwin-Williams is based out of Cleveland. I'm sure they're testing somewhere in the Northeast Ohio area. They're probably testing in Missouri. I think they got a plant there. They might be testing somewhere else. Dunn Edwards is from Southern California, so they're probably testing there, or their paint's all made down in Phoenix now, so they might be testing there. I don't know where their testing lab is. I can tell you there's not a paint manufacturer that's testing at a mile high, and that's all we care about here. So paint might last good somewhere else, but it's not going to hold up here. It's not about being up high, it's about what happens when you're up high. We got these nice clear blue days. That's a lot of ultraviolet damage. If you were standing outside here all day long, you'd be totally cooked and burnt, and that's what's happening to the paint. And when it starts getting burned, it starts fading and breaking down. So you know, we hear reports from Consumer Reports that anything from Home Depot is wonderful. Behr always scores better than anything else. And you know, I don't know where the Behr stuff is tested, or where they're testing it for Consumer Reports, but I'm pretty sure it's not anywhere with a blue sky. So it makes a big difference. So I can speak for work here and work down in the valley. I've painted my father's home down in Mesa, and it held up very well. That same paint on my home lasted about 2 years and was starting to fade out, whereas my father's home, I didn't have to paint it for 8 years. And it was just starting to turn and just starting to fade at that point. So 4 times, 5 times longer life down in Phoenix, just because they get pollution cover and dust cover. So that makes a big difference. But this blue sky causes paint to fail quicker. So my color here is sort of a dark sage green, and it's not that stable. Paint fades for its own reasons. So it's really the interaction of the individual pigments in that color. So on this home, the dark brown holds up very well, and it's much darker than the sage green. This sage green is just not that stable. So currently we've got 5 samples on this wall, and 4 out of the 5 are showing early signs of fade at 1.5 to 2.5 years. Whereas the top panels, these here, are the semi-gloss sheen in an ultra premium product, and it's holding up. Now your home might hold up better because it's a lighter color, a tan color, and it's just a more stable color, and you can get a longer life out of it. But what this does show me is an indication of how well a product will hold up, and I'm kind of glad it's fading quick, because then I don't have to wait 10 or 12 years to see which product is actually going to hold up better in our environment. So my interest here is, let's find out what's best, and then I make a good recommendation for you based on your color choice and your individual needs. Now, stucco tends to hold up a little bit better because it holds a lot more paint than this hardy plank siding, so you'll get a little bit longer life out of paint if we put enough on your stucco as compared to the hardy plank. This being concrete board, it's really going to heat up about as hot as stucco. So morning temperatures today was 45 degrees this morning, so it would have been 45. And as the sun rotates around, this will probably be 145 degrees. So it really takes on a lot of heat during the day, but it's really that ultraviolet rays that cause all that damage. So I'd like to help you out and give you a good recommendation what can give you the longest life.